Hey everybody, welcome to Dawn Lael's Poetry Corner, and this poem is called Ring of Keys. Finally, reaching the age to get to my next level, it was time to face life while my purpose waits for me. As I get ready to leave, I place my hand where my ring of keys should have been, but they weren't there. They disappeared. Checking my pockets and purse, patting my body down, looking for them, thinking I just had them. My actions triggered insecurities and sent her into a world of defense of maybes, whys, and ifs. My questions that spun around in her head, stirring up her own fears. I was clueless as to what was going on in her dome. I was absolutely impaired and totally unprepared. As I looked over and over, high and low, in the same and different locations for my ring of keys, I knew they were near, yet still couldn't find them. So I called out to them, "Ring of keys, where are you?" She said I was loud, causing a disturbance. So I sang out for them, but she said my singing was annoying. Inquiring regarding my ring of keys whereabouts seemed to be accusatory to her, and she called me a liar. My confusion began to make her comfortable with the hopes that I would stop looking and shrink into her frame. She was so sure I would never find them, remaining clueless. I wondered, now what? Thinking to use my tools, I designed another pair to make manifest that would fit the keyhole perfectly. But she told me I was just being silly, took and destroyed them, referred to my love as weak, and stamped stupid on my forehead. I fought to keep my bowed head up and went back to the drawing board once again to try something else. I wiped my fog glasses for a clearer view, but they provided no clarity. Instead, I was beginning to see doubles and blurred lines, making it hard for me to create. My cognitive abilities seemed to be decreasing, leaving no room for escape to freedom. I had to sit down for a while to ponder what the hell happened to my ring of keys. From the corner of my eye, I can see her narcissistic, crooked smile from her horrid victory over me. Her hateful, evil glare I could feel penetrating my innocent, beautiful soul. But a jolt of a new spark of fire ignited me to move forward, but she doused me with her cup of water, leaving me soaking wet and cold that made me sick. Her crowd cheered on at my expense and hardships, celebrating my disappointments, and I remained locked in the room like Rapunzel, only left to dream, and I was losing them fast. I was too afraid and exhausted to try again. I was a prisoner, trapped in her tower, and I had no way to get out or down. My only view was the stars in the sky as they twinkled for me to take my place and join them, but how could I? Twirling my beautiful mane between my fingers, an idea was placed in my head. My curiosity took over, pushing me to try it again once more, and I did, but I was met with the scary, squinted, black, cold eyes, once again daring me to take a step. Miraculously, I became defiant and more afraid of staying. So I was forced to leave with nothing except for the 10 wands she strapped on me to carry and the 10 swords she stuck in my back. She wanted to make sure my life would be heavy and constantly be interrupted with many harsh obstacles. The tears in my eyes were of no use. They couldn't help me anyway. I was totally on my own in this new world I wasn't properly introduced to. Naivete kept me company while I fell down a rabbit hole where I met familiar, similar characters that slowly introduced me to myself. I realized that I was like my 3 unrelated sisters, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty and Snow White, living in a hell with Cruella de Vil and Maleficent rolled into one and blinding others to being a Mary Poppins. Once I had awakened, I followed the yellow brick road and made great self-discoveries. I made it out, escaped the confines of generational curses. Pinned on my chest was a medal of honor for faith, a sword of truth for honesty, diamonds in my crown for courage, a purple heart for bravery, a wisdom wand for healing, a gold shovel to plant new seeds. And just like Dorothy, the ring of keys I thought I lost, I had them all along. Thank you.